welcome them onto the field. They're some of the dads of your Edmonton Riverhawks. Are we ready to bring them out? We have joining us on the field Charlie Fisher, dad to Brady Kovinovich. We got Mitchell Chang, the pops to Skyler. Dave Gardner, which is Will Gardner's father. Carlos Saucedo, Eddie's dad. We got Aaron.
All right, test of the play-by-play mic. Mic test 1, 2, 3. Mic test 1, 2, 3, 4. Get right on top of that mic.
Mic test 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Joining him, the father of the Edmonton Riverhawks organization, Dr. Randy Gregg, is in there as well. Randy, who was dad for 4 kids, has the balls for the ceremonial first pitches.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Remax Field on a warm, albeit a little bit hazy Tuesday night for a game of baseball as the Riverhawks, and they have been road warriors, playing 16 of their first 21 ball games away from home. But it's time now to return to the roost of the Hawk Nest and kick off a 13-day, 9-game homestand, including 2 exhibition games, 9 West Coast Baseball League games, and a kids camp that'll get underway next week, next Monday and Tuesday. The opposition tonight, one of the better clubs in the West Coast League, the Bellingham Bells. They're off to just a fantastic start, playing 9 games better than 500. We'll look at their statistics a little bit later on here in the telecast. Here's the way the Bells line up tonight. The manager is Jim Clem, leadoff batter. In center field, number 14, Dean West. Batting second, he'll play out in right field, number 10, Max Hartman. Andrew Valdez, the left fielder. And Darrell Ruiz at first base, number 16. He is the 4-hole hitter tonight. Riley Parker, the shortstop. Cole Yashida, the third baseman, number 2. He bats 6th. Cotton Bauer will do the catching, number 20. Brady Reynolds, the designated hitter tonight, number 36, and batting 9th. Playing at second base, it's Anthony Kodama. Kodama, the second baseman, the 9 batter. We'll have a left-hander pitching tonight, number 39, Dan Parrott. The Hawks go this way. Dan Calabrese in center leads it off. Tommy Takayoshi will do the catching. Johnny McGill with a red-hot bat. The DH tonight hits third. Another red-hot bat, Tom Poole, a left-handed hitting left fielder. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Will Gardner is the right field. Noah Boughton at third base. Jack Wheatley, the shortstop tonight, hits 8th. And Skylar Chang, we haven't seen him before, a little middle infielder. He'll play him out at second base tonight. And he is the 9-hole hitter. And up on the bump, number 18, Riley Barrett, a right-hander. Umpires tonight calling the balls and strikes, Jeff Chipley. John Oku at first base, Matt Beaudry, the umpire working at third. And we'll get this one underway. 7:04 Mountain Time. It's going to be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, and about 25 degrees centigrade. Virtually no wind blowing, and the flagpoles up the middle. Here tonight at the Remax Diamond. And the pitch, it's a bunt. Back towards the mound. Barrett is there to get it. Whistles the ball up the line. It's wide of the target. That'll be hit in an error. and 1 pitch into the ball game. And the Bellingham Bells with a runner in scoring position. Barrett, and it's easy to say from up here. It's an easy-looking game from up here, but he might want to hold on to that one.
No, it was tough. And the thing about it is, Al, as you know, a perfect bunt like that, it's tough to get to. And a lot of these pitchers now, they don't come off the mound square, so they have trouble squaring up to get to the ball.
Barrett will make his 4th start and his 5th appearance on the year, 17 1/3 innings. As he comes from the set position, eyeballs his runner in scoring position, the long stride home with a pitch. And a line drive. That was a scalded ball and a nice fielding play by Osama, leaning to his left, and that ball was tagged.
It was taped, and as you say, Marco Sano from Chandler, Arizona, he just made himself a great play right off the bag.
He just stole a 2-base hit from the batter and an unearned run from coming in to score. That pitch was up in the zone a little bit. And I'll tell you what, when you look at this lineup, a 267 hitter, a 365, 333, they don't hit all that much for average. They got some speed. They've got 18 stolen bases in the 9-man lineup tonight. But there's a reason the Bellingham Bells have the record they have. They're a solid ball club. Barrett was 17 in the 3rd innings, 19 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, 5 base on balls, 14 strikeouts, and you got to like that ratio. Logs a 1-loss record of 0-1 with a 2.59 earned run average. And a walk-to-hit innings pitched ratio of 13.80. Riley Barrett, the Arizona ball player. And the first pitch high and inside, 1 ball and no strikes, just underway at 7:04 Mountain Time. 3-game series with Bellingham. The Wenatchee Apple Sox will be in through the weekend. And a couple of off days, a couple of exhibition games. And the second half will start in earnest in the tail end of this homestand. Barrett, Scottsdale, Arizona. 5'11", 205-pound drop and drive pitcher. Does not play for, but does attend Arizona State University. Count is even at a ball and a strike. They're fully back in the middle infield, midway at 1st and 3rd. And the outfield is straight away. Barrett kicks and delivers. He ran that fastball up on the fists and is flared foul down the line and out of play. Takahashi tonight completes the battery. Boughton at 3rd, Osama at 1st, Wheatley the shortstop. Chang is the second baseman. Tom Poulin left. Dan Calabrese is your center fielder, and Will Gardner is the starting right fielder. You got our umpires tonight. Jeff Chipley calls the balls and strikes. John Oko at 1st, and Matt Beaudry working at 3rd. Ready to go, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Pulled the string on a pitch up in the wheelhouse. He got out in front of it. Rolls it foul to 3rd base.
One thing about the Bellingham Bells, they swing the bat.
Come into play with a 1-loss record of 15-3. They came out of the gate real well, and they just haven't looked back. And despite all that, they've only got a 1-game lead in the North Division of the WCBL. There it goes. Runner breaks for 3rd. Hit and run play, and the ball flared out into left field. That will plate the run. Tom Poole with the throw. Cut off by the mound by Boughton and not relayed. And that is going to make it a 1-0 ball game with 1 gone and a man on here in the top of the 1st inning.
The interesting thing with that, Al, it's almost like a hit and run. That runner was going with the pitch. So when that ball popped into left field, as good an arm as Tom Poole has, he had no chance to get him at home.
Bellingham at 15-3, 8-2 in their last 10. They've won 5 straight games, and they've had a lot of home games, so we'll see how they work as road warriors. This is ball in on the fist. That's a good pitch. Fastball tied the batter up. Boughton on the run back. One hands it on in, and there's 2 away. And Riley Parker is the batter. So Bellingham with a 1-game lead, and the team we'll see next, the Wenatchee Apple Sox, 14-4, 5 straight wins, 8-2 in their last 10. And one of the real fine apple towns you're going to find anywhere. They grow a lot of them. Wenatchee, Washington. Here's the kick and the pitch, a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 on the batter. 74 miles an hour on that off-speed pitch here from Riley Barrett. Victoria with a real good club, 15-7, 2 back. Kelowna with a better team than last year. They're above 500, 11-10, 5-1/2 games off the pace. And then you've got the Nanaimo Nighthowls, 10-11, Port Angeles Lefties, 7-13, Kamloops Northpaws, and the Edmonton Riverhawks at 5 victories and 16 losses. And the 1-1 pitch tied him up again. That's another good pitch from Barrett. It was a big swing, but all he got on it was a lazy pop fly to the opposite field, and Will Gardner is under that. And that'll do it here in the top half of the first inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. And we'll be back with the bottom of 1 before you know it. Up on the bump tonight for the Bellingham Bells, we're going to have a big left-hander. Dan Parent, 6'4", 200-pounder out of Miami Lakes, Florida. He attends Stetson University. And he'll go to work here against Dan Calabrese, who after the longest time was a plus 300 hitter. He's just a shade under that now, batting .299. Gets a hold of a high and tight fastball. He hit it to the opposite field. It's a lazy pop fly, and Kadama, second baseman, drifts back, makes an over-the-shoulder catch, and there's one away. Tommy Takayoshi will be the batter. Third start of the year for Parent. 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 20 strikeouts. Wow, what a ratio that is. With a 1-0 record, a 3.27 earned run average. 1 pitch into the half inning. 2 pitches into the half inning. There'll be 2 outs. That's a lazy ground ball here to the second baseman, Kadama. He gloves it and he throws it, and there's 2 gone. Occurs to me, John, that we certainly hope the Riverhawks have a good second half, and I firmly think they can, but what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to slug their way to victory. And they got the guys that can do it.
They really have to. And the one thing we're seeing in this game, like Bellingham, they're swinging at the first pitch. If it's in there, they're going after it. They become very aggressive at the plate on that road trip, and they're continuing with it tonight.
Johnny McGill shows the bunt on a slider over the outside corner. 0-1 to count. It was appealed at first base. The umpire, John Oko, indicates that he went around. 2 out, bases empty, and 3 pitches into the bottom half of the first inning. It's belated Father's Day tonight. 12 days ago, they were to play Father's Day, and I was here at the ballpark, the first rain out in club history, and they could not have played that game for love nor money. It still rained another 3 inches after the game got banged. And the outfield was, well, you can't tell from here, but it was moist, you know that. And the warning track looked more like mud than it did shale. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out and the bases empty here to Johnny McGill. Kicked by Parent out of the set position. Sinker ball is down and in, 91 miles an hour. This copyrighted presentation of Riverhawk Baseball brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Ensure your vehicle performs its best this summer. For an oil change today, you stop by Jiffy Lube. No appointment necessary. Warranty approved. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving. And here on our live stream worldwide internet telecast, anywhere within the sound of my voice, there's going to be a Jiffy Lube real close. Count is full as Parent toes the rubber off the third base side. A sinker ball misses down and in, and with 2 out, the Hawks have their first base runner of the ball game. Normally, the advantage, although it's slight, goes to the left-hand pitcher off the left-hand hitter. But some lefties I've seen over the years hang in awful good off southpaws.
Very true. It's interesting with Parrott here. His first 4 pitches were strikes, and his last 4 were balls.
Tom Poole. A Big 10-2 Riverhawk victory on Sunday afternoon in the series finale in Nanaimo. And Poole had 3 big hits in the ball game. And finally, that's maybe what the doctor ordered. Just get the bats out of the belfry and give somebody else a clobbering.
That's exactly right. And, you know, it's amazing when you swing the bats what can happen.
Inside out swing and a hard fastball in. A fly ball that Andrew Valdez has got on radar right at the lip of the warning track, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 batter stranded. And we're an inning down and a 1-0 lead, an unearned run for the Bellingham Bells. Back with the second inning in just a jiffy. Just underway in the second inning, and it'll be Cole Yoshida playing at third base tonight, batting in the 6th spot in the Bellingham order to get things going. Cotton Bauer and Brady Reynolds, 6, 7, and 8 batters in the order against Riley Barrett. Has coughed up an unearned run in the ball game, and that stands the difference in a 1-0 Bellingham lead. That pitch at 86 miles an hour, and it's right between the black strips of the plate. It's in there for a strike. 0-1 on the batter. 7:05 tomorrow night, 7:05 on Thursday night to wrap up the Bellingham series. And we'll have another Washington State ball club in here through the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon with the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Here it's a count of a ball and a strike on Yoshida. Fully back on the middle infield, midway at first and third. The outfield is straight away, and here's the pitch. 86 miles an hour, and it's down and away. Our congratulations goes out to Johnny McGill, a University of British Columbia ball player from right in that Vancouver area. West Coast Baseball League Player of the Week. Here's a flare down into right field. It's going to fall in at the feet of Will Gardner, and that'll be an opposite field single for Yoshida. Opened the bat head up a little bit, didn't try to kill it, and gets the base hit. So McGill awarded the West Coast Baseball League's Moss Adams Player of the Week for June 19th to 25. Leads the league with a .483 batting average, and the outfielder even had 4 RBIs in Sunday's victory. First Riverhawk to win the West Coast Player of the Week honors in the team's brief history. So congratulations to Johnny McGill. Here's the pitch. Riley Barrett with a fastball up and in. Batter up is Cotton Bauer, the catcher. Batting .056 in 8 ball games with 13 at-bats under his belt on the season. Runner goes, pitch on the way. Takayoshi out of the crouch, throw on one bounce to second base. Tag put down. There by Chang, not in time, and that's a stolen base. First time we have seen Takayoshi behind the plate, and I saw some nice mechanics there. Got out of his crouch real nice. The ball was right on target on one bounce to second base. Ball on the strike on the batter. That'll bring Boughton up wide of the bag at third. And the pitch, it's a push bunt, and that ball is going to roll foul. And the good thing it did, we'd have men at first and third had it not. 1-2.
That was a smart job there by Barrett and by Takayoshi, letting it roll for exactly the reason you said, Al. If they had taken that ball in fair territory, they weren't getting him at first base.
Down to the South Division, the Ridgefield Raptors at 14-6, 10-0 in their last 10. What kind of a ball club is that? And they've got a 2-game lead on the Corvallis Knights at 11-7. The Knights are defending West Coast League champions. I think they've won the last 5 years in a row they won the league title. Fly ball out into right field. Gardner coming over, can't get to it on a bounce. It's going to go by him. That'll be an opposite field double and a run batted in as Cole Yoshida crosses the plate. Gardner gave it a good chase. He was down on his knees, outstretched for the ball, just couldn't quite put leather on it.
Just a half a step too slow.
And that is the 4th hit of the night. Collected by the Bells, and Brady Reynolds, the designated hitter, will be the batter. Going into this ball game tonight, of the 9 starting players on the Bells, they had 18 stolen bases. Now they got 19. They're going to run a little bit too. And the pitch. Hit it hard out into the gap in right field. Gardner on the run back, and he drops the ball in the alley. And that is just not what you want to see. That's a 2-base error, no doubt about that. That ball's got to get caught.
That had to be caught. Now, I don't know if that was that on Gardner, the right fielder? Or?
He put leather on it.
Yeah, then it was on him. But the fellow who had the angle on that, really, I thought was Calabrese coming from center field.
Anthony Kadama, the 9-hole batter, is the hitter. Left-handed batter, front foot open, deep in the batter's box. Man at second and third base. 1-0, 2-0 ball game now. Here for the Bells. They don't have the record like they have if they can't do some things, and they can. Riley Barrett throws a belt-high strike. 0-1 on the batter.
Nice breaking ball by Barrett in the outside corner.
To play the middle infield fully back, the second baseman Chang playing this left-handed batter to pull the ball. That ball is a line drive base hit. Scores the run, makes it a 3-run ball game. The runner coming in from second base, Reynolds, hit a big charge around the bag, and he was sent back to the base. 3-0 lead here for the Bells. And Anthony Kodama with a line single, run batted in. Ray Brown, the pitching coach, on his way to the mound here. Dean West, the center fielder, will be the batter up. We'll see him in a minute. Portland Pickles are 9-6, 3 games back. And it widens out a little bit. The Cowlitz Black Bears, 8-12, 6 out. The Walla Walla Sweets, 7-11, 6 back. And the Bend Elks, 7-11, 6 games back. And the Yakima Valley Pippins at 7 victories, 14 losses, 7-1/2 games back. They've adopted a new rule. If the catcher goes out to the mound, that's considered to be a trip, and I don't agree with that. Maybe they're just trying to get on the same page. Maybe they're trying to change up the signals. That should not be the cause for a trip, and you're only allowed 2 in an inning.
Well, it's interesting to me because they're using some NC2A rules, and some of the ones they put in they're not using. A little confusing.
Runner at first is on the move. Takayoshi back to third base, tagged down by Boughton. And an uncontested steal of the bag for Anthony Kodman. Kodama pulls into scoring position. That's a great situation, first and third like that. If you make that throw to second, unless it's cut at the mound, which then obviously it's not a throw to second, runs can come in to score on delayed steals. Dean West at the top of the order, and the pitch to him on an excuse-me swing. Bouncing ball, wide of third base. Boughton is up with it. Didn't even look to home plate. Knew he wasn't going to get his man. But they will get it out, and an unearned run comes in to score.
That was the best play to make. The angle of which he was coming in would have had a difficult throw to home plate. He made the right choice and put it right on the money. Good play by Boughton.
Kodama was frozen at second base as Boughton just looked him back to the bag before he made that throw to first base. But it's a 4-0 lead for the Bells with one gone and a runner in scoring position here in the top of two. Takayoshi makes a nice block, reaching across his body and a down and in slider. 1 ball and no strikes here to Max Hartman. Had a pretty good tug of the ball his first time through. Hit a bullet. Marco Sama dove to his left towards the foul chalk. And horizontal to the ground, he hauled the ball in. And 1 ball, no strike here to Hartman. Fastball is down the middle for a called strike. Earn a $25 gift card with your next fully synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube. Visit jiffylube.ca for a location near you. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving all summer long. Barrett off the first base side of the pitching slab. Runner breaks for third. Takayoshi did not come out of his crouch. He had his arm cocked. He thought better of making the throw. And stealing second and now third is Kodama. Uncontested steal of third base. It worked. Now, do I agree with it? Not really, especially not with a left-handed batter up. But he got himself 90 feet. And he could very well score the run, and he will. Underhanding the ball as Osama on to Barrett covering. 3-1 on the putout. And a run batted in for Max Hartman. So what do I know?
The interesting thing about that throw is the third base. The only way you can is, as you said, Al, is have that left-handed batter up there. But even at that, if got a good jump on it, next thing you know, if that ball isn't throwing right, falls into the field and you have another run score right away. I think Takayoshi has not caught here, I don't think, at home anyway. I don't know if he's done it on the road. I think he's just a little hesitant.
Andrew Valdez with a run-scoring single his first time up. He hit a bullet in the left field that knocked in a run. At least 2 of these runs in this inning are going to be unearned. We should not be playing right now. That should have been the third out of the inning. Elsewhere tonight, Nanaimo is in Yakima to play the Pippins. The Springfield Drifters are in Corvallis. Victoria is down in Kelowna to play the Falcons. Port Angeles Lefties and the Wenatchee Apple Sox. There's a slow curveball. Swing and a miss. Walla Walla and Cowlitz. The Bend Elks and the Ridgefield Raptors. And we'll have the Kamloops Northpaws moving down to Portland to play the Pickles and open up the series tonight. Hawks have dispatched a left-hander down into the bullpen. Here's the kick in the 1-1 delivery, and that should do it. Fly ball raised out into right center field. Maybe it won't do it. On the run back and into the gap is Will Gardner. And he draws a beat on it, makes a nice running catch, and that will retire the side.
Made up for the previous play. Excellent catch by Will Gardner.
4 runs and a pair of hits, 1 costly error. And nobody left on base, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Bells. Back with more in just a jiffy.
I think he thought he was going to get ran.
Bottom half of 2, and the Riverhawks have got to start scuffling here a little bit, get back in this ball game. They trail by a 5-0 score. 3 of the runs that have scored have been unearned, as the Riverhawks have committed 2 errors tonight, 1 throwing and 1 fielding. And the pitch is belted out into short left center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Marco Sama takes a cut at the first offering. Did not hit that ball real hard, but he's going to get a base hit and bring up Will Gardner.
That looked like a hanging breaking ball on that, Al, and he tagged it quite well.
Well, we'll have the matchup of the left-handed hitter, the left-handed pitcher, Will Gardner. Looks at a down and away pitch, 89 miles an hour on that tailing fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Parker and Kodama shortened up to a double play depth in the middle infield. Yoshida up wide of the bag at third. The outfield is straight away. That fastball is fouled away off the right side and brings the count around to a ball and a strike. Right about 80 degrees Fahrenheit at game time. That's about 25 degrees centigrade. Not a whole lot of wind tonight. Very pleasant evening. Not too hot and certainly not cold. And there is some haze in the air. From what I do not know, the fires that have plagued this province for about 6 weeks are pretty much in remission. And the 1-2 pitch to Gardner. He rolls the ball fair at third base. Play on a second for 1. Here's the relay to first. 5-4-3 in the double play. Yoshida to Kodama to Ruiz. And Yoshida squared off on that ball real nice. He had to go to his glove-handed side, to his left. And does a nice job to turn that 5-4-3 double play.
He did an excellent job. And now one thing that Yoshida did very well, he stayed square. So when he got the ball in the glove, he could just turn and throw immediately. Very nice double play.
And Noah Boughton swinging a real nice pole, batting .353. Left-handed batter deep in the box. Big knee bend. And from the straight-off stance, looks at the ball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. First double play of the game turn here in the second inning. Osama erased at second. Gardner is out at first. Big swing on the pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. And the count to Boughton at 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider, swing and a miss. Here on the batter, Boughton. Out of Coffeyville, Texas. Dallas Baptist University, the college of choice here for Noah Boughton. He's a big, well put together young man, 6'6" tall, right about 195 pounds.
He sure is. Teammate of Tom Poole at Dallas Baptist. Had a pretty good season. Got into the NC2A regionals and did fairly well in there.
Dan Parrott does not work out of a windup. Big leg kick out of the set position. Runs the pitch up high of the wheelhouse. We go to 2-2 here on Noah Boughton. Really good Tuesday night house here tonight. I would think for at least 4,000 in the stands. And the pitch is going to miss low. That's a breaking ball, bringing the count full. There was a left-hander up and throwing in the Edmonton relief pen when that last out was made. The bullpen became idle. And we do have a pair of pitchers. We'll have one pitcher anyway warming up for the Bellingham Bells. And the fastball misses high. Noah Boughton with a good at-bat to draw that ball for and bring up Jack Wheatley.
Nice job by Boughton drawing that walk. He concentrated. There were a couple of pitches there that were just off the plate. An undisciplined player might have swung at them. Excellent job.
And here comes the pitch. Wheatley looks at a pitch inside. In his first at bat of the night, a 186 hitter. 17th ball game, 60th at bat. 6 runs and 11 hits. 3 runs batted in, 3 stolen bases. And the pitch to him. Bottom fell right out of that sinker ball. In there at 89 miles an hour. And that ball had almost an unnatural sink. It really dropped off the table. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom fell out of the pitch. Middle infield is fully back. And here comes the pitch. 90 miles an hour on the gun. and out of the strike zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. You never, in baseball, look ahead of the game tonight and then the game tomorrow, but obviously in the back of the minds of the players, I'm sure the Riverhawks are looking forward to the start of the second half.
I would think so. Obviously, when they get into the game today, everything's about the game. But when they're off, I would agree with you, Al.
Be back in first place at the end of the Wenatchee Apple Sox series. So the first 3 games of the second half will be played here at Remax Field. That's the good thing. The bad thing is everybody else is in first place too. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get the number 1 and 2 teams this week. So.
Jack Wheatley got hit by a pitch. And Skylar Chang, the second baseman, will be the batter. We have not seen him before. He joined the ball club on the road. Out of Pacific Palisades, California. University of California, Santa Barbara. The college home of Skylar Chang, hitting out of the 9 spot in the order.
He would be a teammate there of a fellow who played here last year, Ivan Bredhauer, playing at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Had a very good season this last year.
Field manager Jim Clem out to the mound to have a little talk with his pitcher, try to settle him down a little bit. He's got 2 away and the base is empty. And then he got a little wild to walk to Boughton and a hit batsman at Zach Wheatley. So Skylar Chang will try his luck batting right-handed. Runners aboard. Boughton at second. Wheatley takes his lead off at first base. Here comes the pitch. And that is right down the tube at 89 miles an hour. Fastball, strike 1. I asked Jim Clem if this pitcher tonight, because they didn't decide on their starting pitcher until after 6 o'clock, so I imagine they were checking on injury or whatnot. And I asked him if he's on a pitch count. He said all our pitchers are on pitch counts, so.
Al, I think in this, one thing the coach talked to him about, I think you're going to see nothing but fastballs on Chang.
That one at 90 miles an hour, but high and wide of the target, ball 2. Chang is the 9th batter to the plate here in the ball game. 5th batter in the inning. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out and 2 on. For those of you unfamiliar, it's a big ballpark here in Edmonton. It's another time zone in center field, 420 feet, 340 feet to left field. And a bouncing ball on a jam shot to the right-handed batter. Kodama is up with it, and he takes the play on to first base. If you're scoring 4-3 on the putout, retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors. 2 men left on base. And the short porch, if you could call it that, is up the line and right 320 feet. A lead of 5 for the Bells as we move on to the 3rd inning. Back with that in just a jiffy. Well, the Bellingham Bells are riding the wings of a 5-game win streak. And they're up by 5 as we move on to the 3rd inning. And Darrell Ruiz, the cleanup batter. And a big left-hand hitter to lead things off here against Riley Barrett. 3 of those 5 runs given up by Barrett are unearned runs. Down and in pitch, 1 ball and no strike to Ruiz, who was 0 for 1 tonight. He popped up to the left side of the infield his first time through. Riley Parker and Cole Yashida, 2 up for Bellingham. Longest homestand of the season getting underway tonight. 9 league games, a couple of exhibition games, a couple of off days for a kids camp, 13 days at home. And they deserve a little home cooking. They played a lot of road baseball here in the first half of this season. 16 out of their first 21 ball games played away from Remax Field. 2 balls and a strike is the count.
That's hard on a team, Al, that traveling. But at the same time, now they're going to get a long homestand. So.
And the 2-1 pitch, that one's turned right around. Hit sharply back deep into the right field gap and on into the gap towards the warning track is Will Gardner. Ball died a little bit for him in the outfield there tonight, but he ran a real nice route to that ball.
He really did. He got a good jump on the ball, knew where it was going, went right to it, and able to make the catch.
Riley Parker with 3 hits every 10 at-bats officially. He's batting .333 on the season. Edmonton now with a fresh arm limbering up in the pen, a big left-hander getting loose. Looks like we have a left-hander pitching as well for the Bells. Their bullpen up the right field line in foul territory. 0-1 to Riley Parker. And the strike 1 delivery. On a half swing, there's an opposite field pop fly. Should be caught. Drifting on in is Will Gardner. He'll get his second put out of the inning, and there's 2 away. This is what the Riverhawks need right now. Put a stop on Bellingham for an inning or 2.
They really do, and then get their backs going. But again, Riley Barrett has been throwing strikes in this inning, and get a deep fly ball and then a pop-up for 2 out.
And Cole Yashida is the batter. Here's the pitch to Cole. He takes a cut at it, hits another fly ball out into short right. Chang, the second baseman, drifting on into outfield grass, makes an easy snag. And that is just what the doctor ordered, a 3-up, 3-down inning. Smoke rings across. We'll move to the bottom of 3 on our Tuesday night presentation of Riverhawks baseball. Bottom of the order, make that the top of the order in the bottom of 3. Dan Calabrese will be the leadoff batter. New pitcher in the ball game is Everett Swain. The pitch is swung on a ground ball into the shortstop's hole. Parker is there to field that sinking line drive on one bounce. The throw to Ruiz is on the money, and there's one away. Tommy Takayoshi will be the batter. Swain, a 6'3", 195-pound right-handed pitcher out of Gonzaga University, a freshman, and he's a Canadian player out of Richmond, British Columbia.
Richmond's produced a lot of good ball players over the years.
Swain makes his 5th bullpen appearance on the season. 8 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 base on balls, 11 strikeouts. And he's been right on the money, hasn't given up an earned run all year. 0.00, the earned run average. There he buried a fastball in on the fist of the batter. Takayoshi, he was off to a great start this season, hitting .349. And that's a legitimate .349. He's played every day. And he takes a look at an off-speed pitch, go to 1-2, 1 out, and the base is empty. Takayoshi with 63 at-bats going into tonight's game, 4 runs, 22 hits, 5 runs batted in. He can run a little bit too. He's got 5 stolen bases. Ball hit back to the mound, ground ball out, and there's 2 away.
That looked like a play where Tommy Takayoshi guessed on that ball a little bit. Breaking ball came inside, and he was swinging right off the bat.
And the West Coast Baseball League Player of the Week for last week, also a Richmond, British Columbia ball player, attends UBC. They've for years had a really fine baseball program. And Johnny looks at the pitch down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. That's a short night work for the starter tonight, the big left-hander Dan Parrott. 2 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 hit batsman. Did not strike out a batter. Out of 1 ball and 1 strike. Second baseman, Cadamo, is got both feet on outfield grass and midway between the bags of first and second base. No doubt about it. He's playing John McGill to pull the ball. Here's the kick and the 2-1 delivery. Curveball up in the eyes of the batter. And Everett Swain falls behind. 3 balls, 1 strike. 7:05 tomorrow night, 7:05 on Thursday night. So we certainly hope if you're in the area, find some time to come on down to the old ballpark here by the River Valley. A lot of people choose to do so tonight. A lot of these tickets are rain-out tickets from the ball game is to be played on Father's Day Sunday. First rain-out in club history. And the pitch is in there for a called 3rd strike. That'll do it. Front end of the order is down in order. Here in the last of 3, 0's over. Move along to the 4th of the 5-0 Bellingham lead right here on Riverhawk TV. Bauer will lead things off here for the Bells. He's doing the catching tonight, Colton Bauer. And the pitch to Colton. Fastball misses high from Barrett. Ball 1. Bauer out of Washington State University, a sophomore. From Powell's Bowl, Washington. Washington State University. Great baseball school in the Pac-10. Or is it the Pac-12 or is it back to the 10 again? Riley Barrett got what he was looking for in the third inning. He got himself a 3-up, 3-down inning and did not allow the Bells to add to their lead. That pitch is right about slash high, and it's a called strike. Just underway, a number of ball games in the West Coast Baseball League tonight. The Nanaimo Night Owls and the Yakima Valley Pippins are scoreless in the bottom half of the first inning in Yakima. And the pitch. Bottom fell right out of that sinker ball. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Springfield and Corvallis tonight. And they're scoreless in the top of 2. Kelowna is up on Victoria, 1-0 score in the bottom half of the first inning. Barrett rocks on the rubber and delivers. 76 miles an hour. He changed speeds on the pitch, got his man out in front, that's flared foul. Bell and the Bend Elks at the Ridgefield Raptors scoreless in the bottom of 1. Port Angeles leads Wenatchee 1-0 score in Wenatchee tonight. Of course, we'll have the Apple Sox in here through the weekend, and of course our big presentation of July 1st here at the ballpark. They will be jam-packed here on Saturday. And where are they going to park the cars beyond me? Tim Young, one of the owners here of the Riverhawks and a real fine outfielder in his day. They have to turn back cars tonight, and that's just not good. Riley Barrett's going to get his first strikeout of the ball game. A called third strike on Colton Bauer. 1 gone. Brady Reynolds, the designated hitter, the batter. Also have the Kamloops Northpaws in Portland tonight. Walla Walla and the Cowlitz Black Bears scoreless in the bottom of 2. And, of course, this score here tonight, Bellingham 5, Edmonton scoreless. And we're in the top half of the 4th inning. Riley Barrett comes home, and the fastball is a little high of the target. 85 miles an hour is the velocity. We'll check the Major League scoreboard for you tonight. The Yankees and the Oakland A's out at the Alameda County Coliseum, where I'm sure we have more fans tonight than the A's do. And it's scoreless. Yankees are 8 better than 500, 43-35, but a mile behind that really good Tampa club that's going to win that division, I would think. The A's have now lost their 60th ball game, better than a week shy of the All-Star break. How's that for futility? Change up, hit foul of first base, down the right field line. Top of the 9th inning, the Braves lead the Twins 6-2 in interleague play. Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals are scoreless in the top of the 7th inning. The Rays are out in Arizona tonight playing the Diamondbacks, bottom of 1st, and there is no score in the game. 9-4, the Pirates lead the Padres in Pittsburgh tonight. And that's in the top of the 9th inning. Cardinals 4, the Astros 2, in the bottom half of 7. Barrett rocks on the rubber, and here comes the pitch. And he hits the batter on the elbow. So Brady Reynolds draws the free pass the hard way. Hit on the left elbow. Hit by a pitch here against Riley Barrett.
And he's actually pitched quite well, but he's tiring a little now, Al. He's got, in this inning, he's throwing 12 pitches, 6 for strikes, 6 for balls. Before that, he'd been throwing a total of 35 pitches, 25 strikes, and 10 balls.
Anthony Kodama is the batter up. He shows the bunt, draws the bat back, and takes ball 1. Dodgers 4, the Rockies no score. Rockies are no bargain either. They're 18 off 500 at 31-49. And that has got play in the top of the 5th inning in Denver. Runner at first is on the move. It's a hit and run play, and the ball is shot foul up the left line and on in towards the barbecue area here at the ballpark. Reds and the Orioles tonight. Top of the 8th in a delay. The Cincinnati Reds lead the Orioles by a 2-1 score. Really good turnaround now for the O's. They were the team to beat for years and everybody beat him, but the last couple of years they've turned it around. 48 victories against 29 losses. Double play depth in the infield. Outfield is straight away. Fastball strike. Giants and the Blue Jays in interleague play. Ball game is played in Toronto tonight. The Giants in the top of the 9th inning lead the Jays 3-0. And the Rangers 3, the Tigers 2 at the ballpark in Arlington. So it's a 1-run ball game after 6 complete innings. Ground ball to the right side. Osama is up with that underhands to the pitcher covering. 3-1 on the putout. A man goes to scoring position. Nicely done here tonight by Osama. That's 2 real nice fielding plays. One on a bullet and the other one on a soft ground ball.
You're right. Second outstanding play by Osama tonight, and he's handling that base extremely well.
Angels are up on the White Sox at the ballpark in Anaheim. 1-0 score. Bottom half of the first inning. The Marlins today had it all over the Boston Red Sox. 10-1. They pounded out 19 hits to get those 10 runs tonight. Brewers and the Mets. 7-2 Mets lead in the top of 9. The Mets with the biggest payroll in baseball, better than $500 million. And this is what that buys you, a 35-43 record. And they've got a great manager, too. Buck Showalter. Just to show you, I guess you can't buy happiness.
No, it's tough to build chemistry in a club.
That should do it in the inning. Pitches in on the hands, and it's a lazy pop fly up the middle, and Dan Calabrese is there to make the catch. So consecutive innings now, the Hawks have been able to put up the zeros. Nothing across. Here in the top half of the 4th inning. Bottom of 4 coming your way in just a minute. Here to the bottom of 4 we go, and Tom Poole. Big lumbering left-handed batter with a little bit of thunder in his pull here this season. And in his first 8-9 days in the season, made his presence felt here at the ballpark. Second-year man hitting .361, 9 games, 36 at-bats. 6 runs, 13 hits, pair of home runs, 9 runs batted in. And you look at some of the other statistics, and boy, do they come out at you. Slugging percentage of .611 and a .410 on-base percentage. Big man, he runs a nice route to the ball. He is by no means a defensive liability in the outfield. Pitches under his chin, go to 3 balls, no strike on Tom Poole. Middle part of the Edmonton order due up in the inning. And the 3-0 delivery. Threw him a strike, he was laid on it, flipped it foul down the left side and out of play. Again, Saturday night, we're going to have the fireworks show here at the ballpark, including a whole lot of other festivities. It's usually the most well-attended ball game on the season. If you haven't got a ticket, order online and get one. Tom Poole draws a 5-pitch walk, and he is aboard. And Marco Sano the batter. Other games tonight in the major leagues in our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Phillies are up on the Cubs in Chicago, 5-0 in the top of 8. Just underway in the Washington Nationals out at the beautiful ballpark in Seattle. Used to be called Safeco Field. I'm not sure what it's called now. Maybe it still is. But it's a 1-0 lead on the Mariners in the bottom of 1. Osana checks the swing and he takes a strike. And the count at 0-1. And a pickoff throw to first base.
Pretty good pickoff move there, Al. He just about got him.
Everett Swain, the relief pitcher, is second inning out of the pen here tonight. Drops a curveball inside, 1-1 strike to Osana. Dan Parrott, a 2-inning distance and a no decision tonight. He coughs up no runs on 1 hit. Walked to pair and he hit 1 batter. Ground ball left side should be 2. Parker onto Kadama. And the relay to first a little bit high, but the big target Ruiz is there to come down on the bag nicely. 6-4-3. And the second ground ball double play off the Riverhawk bats tonight.
This last one a little easier than the first one, but that's 2 excellent double plays fielded by the Bellingham Bells.
And we'll go to Will Gardner. It's a whole lot easier to pitch when your ball club goes out and gets you 5 runs early in the game.
It just sure is. Takes a whole load of pressure off. You just have to rear back and throw strikes.
And the 1-0 pitch. Big swing on an 89-mile-an-hour sinker ball. Counted 1-1 strike with the double play. The bases are empty. Ball game just about at the 1 hour mark here in the last half of 4. Edmonton is 0-3 against the Bellingham Bells this season. Started their season off in Bellingham with 3 straight losses. Hard ground ball to the right side. Kodama is up with it. He gloves it. He throws it. 4-3 is the put out, and that will retire the side as the Hawks go quietly. Here in the last half of the 4th inning, 0-0-0-0 the line totals. And the 5th inning coming your way in just a minute. This copyrighted presentation brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Sure your vehicle is road trip ready by visiting your neighborhood Jiffy Lube today. Earn a $25 gift card with a fully synthetic oil change. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving no matter where you're headed this summer. Top of 5 coming up in just a second. It's Tuesday Night Baseball from Remax Field. Raleigh Barrett will come out to start the top half of the 5th inning. Ball game at the 1 hour mark. And it'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters in the order to up. Max Hartman. He'll be the leadoff batter. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a run batted in. Barrett with a little better than 50 pitches under his belt. 53 pitches, 37 strikes. And numero uno is hit to the opposite field. It's a fly ball, hangs up there a little bit. Big Tom Poole races over, runs a nice route to that ball and brings it on in, 1 away.
We've said it before about Tom Poole. He gets a very good jump on the ball. That ball comes off the bat. He's moving in the right direction immediately.
Valdez 1 for 2 with a run batted in tonight. The Bells wearing their road grays this evening. The Riverhawks with their Father's Day top. White trousers and a blue stirrup. And the pitch is a strike call, 0-1.
Now, one thing I've noticed about Tommy Takayoshi, he frames the ball very well. Very quick with it, Gets it right in to the outside or inside part of the plate, wherever it needs to be.
78-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Nice spinner thrown by Barrett. And he's ahead in the count at 0-2. 5 batters to the plate in the first inning. 1 unearned run crosses the plate. 7 men to the plate in the second inning. 4 runs scored, 2 earned, 2 unearned. And the 0-2. There he chased the pitch. Curveball thrown by Riley Barrett. And why not? If they're going to swing in a breaking ball out of the zone, throw him another one. Second strikeout of the night for Barrett. 2 gone.
That was a foul tip, Al. They're going to call that a strike. Still 0-2. Another thing about Takayoshi compared to a lot of these catchers we see today, he catches out of a full crouch. He doesn't go to one knee. And he's able to block the ball quite well either direction because of it.
And the 0-2 delivery. High and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tommy out at Tacoma, Washington. Great city I know so very, very well from all our years in the Pacific Coast League, Cheney Stadium. And he attends Fresno State. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball's popped up in foul territory. Coming on over is Osama, midway between the plate and first base in the foul territory. And you got 2 away.
Good communication between Mark Osama and Tommy Takayoshi. Osama had the angle on it, called Tommy off. That ball spins back so much, Al, on a catcher. It's very difficult to make the play from that position.
I met one of the more famous athletes from Tacoma one time. Now, he was a football player by the name of Bobby Moore originally, which might not rekindle a whole lot of memories for anybody, but changed his name, and what a player he was. Ahmad Rashad.
He was pretty good.
His wife was one of the stars on the Cosby Show. In fact, she played Bill Cosby's wife. So I met her too. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. He got under it. It's a fly ball to right. Will Gardner camped under this towards the power alley, puts it away, and that'll retire the side. 0's over, and 3 consecutive scoreless innings thrown up there by Riley Barrett. And we'll move to the bottom half of the 5th and the bottom of the order, and back with that in just a jiffy. Everett Swade now in his 3rd inning out of the bullpen tonight, big right-hander. In relief of the starter, Dan Parrott. And he has pitched well. Fastball is down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. 6 batters up, 6 batters down, including a ground ball double play. Here for the right-handed pitcher, and there's a ball that's a little dunker out into short left field. Andrew Valdez sliding in on his knees, and he puts leather on it. Just stole a base hit away from Noah Bowden. Great play.
He sure did steal it. Excellent play, sliding in and catching it just above the grass.
And the shortstop, Jack Wheatley, is the batter. Got hit by a pitch his first time through. He got to first and he got no further. Everett Swain with a sinker ball down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball high, ball 2. Got a right-hander up and throwing in the Bellingham bullpen. The Riverhawk pen is idle. So I think they'll go to war with Riley Barrett for maybe an inning or so more. His pitch count isn't up all that unreasonably high. Probably right around the 60 pitch territory through the opening 5 innings tonight. Fastball high and inside, ball 2. Swain attends Gonzaga University, and he throws a strike. Richmond, British Columbia ball player, 6'3", 195 pounds. Here's the full count pitch. And the sinker misses low and inside. You got 1 out and 1 on here in the last of 5. Second walk of the night issued by Swain. 5th relief appearance tonight for Swain, 8 innings. Going into play tonight, 3 hits, hasn't coughed up an earned run all season, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. And no record, no wins, no losses, no saves. Parker and Kodama shorten up to a double play depth in the mid-infield. Yoshida is wide of the bag at third. The outfield is straight away. The right fielder Hartman is a rather shallow right field. No wind at the ballpark here tonight. Just a gorgeous evening to play the game of baseball. Not too hot, and certainly not cold. Shirt sleeve weather. And the count on Skylar Chang at 0-1. Pitches under the chin, go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
There you go. The last at bat, Al, for Skylar Chang, he saw nothing but fastballs, and it looks like we're going to get the same thing here.
The pitch, and Skylar Chang gets a knock up the middle, a little Diane Quayle into center field off the head of the bat. And the Hawks with a little something going tonight for the second time in the ball game. They've got men in first and second with 1 away.
Nice smooth swing by Skylar Chang. Hit them in on first and second, and top of the batting order up.
That is only the second knock of the night for the Hawks. Marco Santa got a base hit in the second inning. So Skylar Chang out of the 9th spot in the order. Strings this inning along. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Parker on to Kodama for 1. On to first. Steps at the bag. Ruiz was not able to hold it cleanly. That'll be a fielder's choice. Men at first and third with 2 away. No error on the play. You can't assume a double play. And Tommy Takeyoshi with a red hot bat will be the batter. Ball game moving along in real fine order tonight. About an hour and 10 in here in the last half of the 5th inning. 2 out in the inning. And here's the pitch to Takeyoshi. Flares the ball up the middle, and that's going to bring in Edmonton's first run of the game. They're off the skunk line as Takeyoshi comes through looking for a first pitch strike. He got it, and 1 sweet level swing later, the Hawks are on the board.
Very nice smooth swing by Takeyoshi. Right out into center field, scores the first run. In on first and second with 2 out and with one of the best batters, the leading batter in the entire league up at the plate.
McGill is 0 for 1 tonight. He's also drawn a base on ball. He's got 1 man in scoring position. The pitch, curveball, overhand curve, swing and a miss, 0-1.
That was a real good breaking ball.
On that Vancouver Island road trip that did not really go the Hawks' way, 1 win against 6 losses. In one of those games, Jake Lamferman, the field manager, was telling me this. I've never seen this before. They stranded 21 runners.
Wow.
How's that for bad luck? Upstairs pitch. We're at a ball and a strike. 2 out, 2 on, a run in. The deficit is down to 4, 5-1 ball game. Big left-hander heating up in the Bellingham bullpen. That's almost impossible to do. 21 runners stranded on base.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
And the pitch pulled to the right side should be the out. Kadama is up with it. And the throw on to first to set down the side, but they put a run on the board and start to lessen the deficit. As they send 6 men to the plate, they score 1 run. They do it on a pair of hits. And 2 men left on base. And we're headed for the 6th inning. This copyrighted telecast brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Ensure your vehicle is road trip ready by visiting your Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card and a fully synthetic oil change. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving no matter where you are headed this summer. 6th inning coming your way. Back with that in just a minute. Riley Parker, the shortstop, on an 0 for 2 night. 2 fly ball outs to right field. Little war here. And here comes the first pitch to him. He swings at it. He was late on it. Popped it up. Takayoshi comes over near the screen. Won't have a play. 0-1. Riley Parker, right-handed batter up there. No statistics as far as the roster is concerned on Parker, but he is hitting a pretty good lick going into play tonight, batting .333. And the breaking pitch down and away. Have a right-hander heating up in the bullpen of the Bellingham Bells. And a right-hander getting loose for the Hawks. Here's the kick and the 1-1 pitch up and coming out of the stretch here by Riley Barrett. Fastball, he buried it in on the hands. It wasn't thrown at that great a velocity, 83, but lots of times, John, it's not so much the velocity, it's the location. And that was right in on the fists. And the 1-2. High pop fly off the high end of the bat down the line in right field, and it is foul of the chalk by about 3 feet. The Wenatchee Apple Sox will be in town for a weekend series Friday night. Fireworks Saturday night. Canada Day, of course. What a great way to celebrate the birthday of our country with a nice ball game and musical serenade, and, of course, the City of Edmonton's Mammoth Fireworks Show. Followed up by a matinee contest on Sunday. And the 1-2 pitch is belted into left field for a single. And Riley Parker is aboard.
Tyler Jans warming up in the bullpen for the Riverhawks. Tyler, number 16, he's out of St. Albert. He's had some pretty good success, middle relief this year.
Cole Yashida, the third baseman, is the batter. 5 in a row had been set down by Barrett. Up until that base hit, it's a hit and run play. They might get 2 now. This ball is caught by Gardner. Cranks it up. Here's the throw back to first base. Not in time to turn 2. The first baseman, Osama, did a beautiful job of bluffing his runner. He didn't have his arms extended, just nonchalanting it.
Yeah.
And that throws on one hop. Very nearly a double play.
Very nearly got him, but I'll give the base runner credit, Al. He didn't hesitate. He came back hard and was able to get in, but an excellent job by Osana. We've seen a lot out of him in the field today.
And Colton Bauer is the batter up. He's the catcher. And Bauer looks at a strike, nothing in one. One out, one on here in the top of 6. Ball game played tonight under ideal conditions with an outstanding Tuesday night crowd here at the ballpark. The pitch, line drive, right side. Chang is up with it, back to first base, throws too high. It was a tough chance to turn to, but they do get the out. That was a frozen rope hitting to Chang.
It really was. He had to get up high, made the catch, and as soon as he was down, he tried to let the ball go. Wasn't in balance, so it was high. But excellent play by Skylar Chang, and also an excellent play by Osana by not allowing that ball to get by him.
Brady Reynolds tonight, the designated hitter, reached base in a 2-base error and came around to score an unearned run. Got hit with the pitch his last time up. Here he's going to get jammed on a fastball and a pop-up on the infield. And Brady Reynolds is erased. Marco Sama comes over, makes the catch. The ball was not hit that high in the air, and of course with 2 away, it's not an infield fly, but no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man stranded, 5.5 innings in the books. And we'll be back with more in just a jiffy. Tom Poole will get things going in the bottom half of the 6th inning. On an 0-for-1 night. Against a new pitcher, Hunter Long. Absolutely no statistics in Hunter Long, making his first appearance in the Bellingham Bell uniform. Nothing on the roster about him either. But it is Hunter Long, big tall right-hander. Sinker ball down and away. Here to Tom Poole. Second-year Riverhawk out of Calgary, Alberta. And the pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. Poole hitting .361 in 9 ball games. Going into play tonight. Right-hander ready to go. The 1-1 toss. Check swing, and the breaking pitch is down and away. A spinner. And we'll go to 2 balls and a strike.
That breaking ball just missing outside.
And the kick of the 2-1 pitch misses at the knee. Totals for Everett Swain tonight. Nice job done out of the bullpen, middle relief. 3 inning distance, 1 run, 1 earned run. Pair of hits, 1 strikeout, 2 base on balls. Here comes the 3-1 serve and a line drive base hit. Good at bat for Tom Poole. Waited to get something in his sight, shortened the swing up a little bit, and the line drive to center field, a runner aboard.
Excellent job.
Marco Sama, who has been excellent with the glove tonight on 1 put out and 1 assist, a line drive. He stole a base hit that was ticketed down the right field line in earlier innings. Fielded a dribbler and made an underhand flip. Barrett covering the bag, a 3-1 put out. His second time along defensively. With 1 out in the 5th inning, Jack Wheatley drew a walk. Advanced up the line on a base hit by Skylar Chang. And came in to score on a base hit up the middle by Tommy Takayoshi. So 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors tonight for the Hawks. 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Bells from Bellingham. Holding on to a 2-game lead in the North Division. Hit and run play and the ball fouled back.
They're trying with a hit and run there.
Bells on the wings of a 5-game winning streak. Sitting atop the North Division. And they've stayed strong since the first game of the season. I don't think they have abandoned first place. They may have been tied for first, but they have not abandoned that roost in the North Division of the league. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Again, July 1st, Saturday night. Great night to have Canada Day. Fireworks show after the ball game. Love to see you down. Breaking ball, and he's going to get his man on the swing. Curveball thrown by the pitcher, Hunter Long. So we don't know much about him, but I do know this. He's got a pretty nice deuce. And Will Gardner on a collective 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced into a double play and is ground to second. And here comes the pitch. Fastball misses, blowing away, 1 ball and no strikes. Third pitcher on the night, Dan Parrott, the starter, 2 scoreless innings. Everett Swain, who right at the present time is the pitcher of record. A 3-inning distance, 1 earned run. He scattered 2 hits. And the 1-0 pitch. Will Gardner swung for the fences on that pitch. Hard sinker ball. Evens the count up with a ball on a strike. Here Gardner shows the bunt. He does bunt it, but he fouls it back to the padding under the backstop, 1-2. Bellingham at 15 wins, 3 losses. The Hawks with a start they did not want to have. 5 victories against 16 losses. With 5 more games to go till the conclusion of the first half in the 2023 season in the West Coast League. Tom Poole with a big lead. Tag on at first base. Poole gets back easily. Double play depth in the infield. Poole is on the move. Here's the throw. It's on 1 bounce. Slap tag down. They're going to get him. Tom Poole is erased by Kodama, the second baseman, putting the tag down on a head first slide of the bag. 2-4 in the put out, 2 away. Got to give them credit. They executed that play as nice as you can.
Excellent throw by the catcher right on the bag. And Poole had a pretty good jump on that.
There's a roller wide of first base. Ruiz is up with it on to Long, covering the bag to set down the side. So let's move along to the 7th inning. It's a 4-run lead for the Bells right here on Riverhawk TV. New pitcher in the ball game, a big right-hander. Tyler Jans, a local product, St. Albert, Alberta. 6'4", 210 pounds, University of Louisiana, Monroe. Jans with one start, and this will be his 6th bullpen appearance. 7 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts, an 0-1 record, 1 save, and a 4.90 earned run average for Tyler Jans. Sinker ball strike, 0-1 to the 9-hole batter, Anthony Kodama. 1 for 2 tonight, a pair of stolen bases, a run scored, and an RBI. Here's the kick in the 0-1 to the left-handed hitter. Bottom fell out of the pitch, 0-2.
Those are 2 90-plus mile-an-hour pitches by Tyler Jans. Both low in the zone. Tough to hit.
On the way is the 0-2 pitch and a comebacker between the wickets of the pitcher Jans. If he's able to stop that, it's an easy out, but he wasn't able to do so on his follow-through. So that'll be a base hit for Anthony Kodama. I think the argument could be made that Riley Barrett probably pitched a little better than his fate tonight. 6-inning distance. Now, he did cough up 5 runs, but only 2 of them earned. So those errors don't happen. The Hawks are only down a run. 4 hits, 1 strikeout. Didn't walk a batter, and he hit one batter in the ball game. So Riley Barrett is done for the night with a 6-inning distance. Top of the order, and Dean West the batter.
In that 6 innings, Al, 70 pitches, 51 strikes, 19 balls. Good control, and a very good outing.
Double play depth in the middle infield. The third baseman Boughton is off the line in the left-handed batter. And just back of the bag. Down and away pitch, go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jans took a little off that pitch, 89 mile an hour.
And the pitch on the way. Hard sinking fastball is off the plate. Ball 2. 2-1 to the batter. Scores tonight early.
We talked about previously, Al. Takayoshi was able to step out of that crouch and block that ball.
First time we have seen Tommy behind the plate. Not to say that he hasn't caught on the road. First time we've seen him. Every night he's been the designated hitter. Runner goes to 2-1 pitch. Slapped on the ground to the right-handed side. Here's the throw to the pitcher covering. 3-1 on the putout. On at second base is Anthony Kodama. So the hit and run keeps him out of the double play. 3-1 on the putout. And 1 gone. Max Hartman will be the batter.
Real nice job again by Osana.
Isaac Yeager is now warming up in the Bellingham bullpen down the left field line in foul territory. Fans here tonight getting a new look at the ballpark. They brought in what is called a drone, which is obviously a drone. It's a little airplane with no pilot, runs on batteries. Just look at the clarity of that picture. That's unbelievable. That thing is not much bigger than a dinky toy. 1 ball and no strike here to Hartman. Bellingham's potential 6th run in scoring position. Wheatley is going to line in behind him. And this ball is turned right around. This ball's got a chance. It's going, and it is off the wall. I thought sure that was a home run. Likely going to be a 3-base hit and a run batted in. Here's the throw to the plate. Forget the RBI. Nice tag on an outstanding throw by Gardner onto Chang in the relay home. We go 9-4-2. And erased is Anthony Kodama. And he's only coming from second, not from first.
That was well played, ball off the wall like it was, and Gardner didn't let it bounce at an angle. He got it right away and got it into Skylar Chang, and a beautiful throw to home plate.
9-4-2 of the put out at home plate, and Andrew Valdez will be the batter up. That's a double for Max Hartman, and Valdez is the batter. Out of Fresno Pacific University, a senior out of Visalia, California. 6 feet, 205 pounds, Andrew Valdez. Look back home, and the pitch on the way. 82 miles an hour, and the pitch is low with the strike zone. It was right down the dish, but low, 1 ball, no strikes. Who knows, maybe a great defensive play like that might bring something on in a good fashion here for the Hawks in the later innings of this one. Sometimes that can really pick you up.
Just might give a lift.
And the 1-0 delivery. Swing not held cleanly by Takayoshi. And on to third base goes Max Hartman. Score that unofficially is a passed ball.
I'm wondering if he got changed up on that, Al. Takayoshi just
I'm sure that's
Jans
what it is.
now.
They're going through the sequence of their signs. There's only so many you can put down.
Exactly.
Generally, 1's a fastball, 2's a breaking ball, 3 is something else. If you want to pitch out, you throw a fist. That's about it. And it only matters if there's a runner at second. If the runner's at first or third, they're not going to know what the sign is to begin with. The outfield tonight, Tom Poulin left, Dan Calabrese in center, and Will Gardner, the starting right fielder. Check of a swing and a breaking pitch. Judged to be a strike by Jeff Chipley, the plate umpire tonight. 81 mile an hour breaking ball. And Tyler Jans is 1 strike away from putting the Bells to bed here in the top of 7. And the pitch, that might do it. No, it doesn't. It's a dribbler, but it's through the hole. Boughton to his left and Wheatley to his right. And that one had eyes.
That sure did. And just got through enough to get an RBI and base hit.
A seeing eye single, as they call it. Good pitch thrown, too, by Jans. He buried that in on the hands. That was not a hard hit ball. But in the hole, the third short. And Darrell Ruiz, the first baseman, on an 0 for 3 night, is the batter. The lead is back to 5, 6-1 ball game. Edmonton heating up a right-handed pitcher in the bullpen. And here's the pitch to Ruiz. He takes down and in, 1 ball and no strike. Out of Cal State San Bernardino, Corona, California. 6'1", 195-pounder. The stretch, and here comes the pitch from Jans. Really humped up on that fastball. It was 89 miles an hour, backed up a little bit and high of the strike zone.
I'm just wondering now if that might have been a pitch out. Just the way Takayoshi moved out there and where he was looking.
And here comes the 2-0 delivery. Ruiz is going to look at a strike. Early scores tonight for the West Coast League. Walla Walla, Cowlitz, early innings of the ball game, no score. Kamloops tonight is in Portland, nothing to report. Portland lefties lead the Wenatchee Apple Sox 1-0 score in the top half of the first inning. Springfield and Corvallis are scoreless. Nanaimo and Yakima Valley. No score tonight out in Yakima. Kelowna 1, Victoria no score in the bottom of 1. The Bend Elks and the Ridgefield Raptors are underway. And no runs in the ball game. The stretch here by Jans. The runner at first is on the move, and the pitch is fouled away. A hit and run play. Ball's popped up directly behind home plate. Yoki-Hashi is there to get it. And Ruiz is erased, and that'll do it here in the inning. But it's a lead of 5, 6-1 is the score. And the bottom of 7 coming your way. It's stretch time at the ballpark.
We've got a substitution on the mound. Number 37 for Bellingham, Isaac.
Leading things off here in the last 7th, third baseman Noah Boughton. Here's the pitch to him, and he squares that one up nicely. It was a hanger out over the plate. With a nice level swing, Noah Boughton gets his first knock of the night. He goes 1 for 2. And the new pitcher in the ball game is Isaac Yeager.
Good job by Boughton. The ball over the outside of the plate and just hitting it past second base on the way side.
Yeager making his second relief appearance on the year. He's got 1 inning under his belt. As the right-hander comes set right off the pitching slab on the first base side. Runs a fastball in on the batter, and Wheatley fouls it away, strike 1. Yeager with 1 strikeout. No record. 1 save. And a 0.90 earned run average. 4th pitcher on the night for the Bells, who are up by 5 here in the last half of the 7th inning. Check swing, the appeal to first base, and the indication is no swing. Isaac Yeager, 6'4", 230 pounds, University of Washington, down on Lake Washington in Seattle, a sophomore from Seattle. Wheatley, the batter up there, the pitch to him down and away. Hunter Long works an inning tonight. No runs on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, did not walk a batter. Two balls and a strike here to Wheatley. And the pitch to him. He threw him a strike and he fouled it back. Just missed the pitch. Wheatley hitting 186 in this now his 17th ball game. He went into the game with 59 at-bats. He still got 59 at-bats. He got hit by a pitch and he drew a walk and scored. And those are not at-bats. Those are plate appearances. 2 balls, 2 strike here to Wheatley. Double play depth in the middle infield for the Bells, and the pitch on the way. They were breaking ball and he just missed low. Pitch is right down the heart of the plate. $7:05 tomorrow night and on Thursday night for this 3-game series with the Bells. And the Wenatchee Apple Sox will be in through the weekend. A couple of night contests, including Canada Day Saturday. 7:05 game, Mammoth fireworks show to follow. And a matinee contest, 1:05 on Sunday. Here's the full count pitch. To him a strike, and it's fouled to the screen.
Wheatley has to just keep controlling that plate, fouling pitches off. If you can't get a hit, work for the walk.
And the 3-2 delivery. To him another strike. And it's fouled back. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors tonight for the Bells. 1 run on 5 hits, 1 fielding and 1 throwing error tonight for the Hawks. Slow ground ball to the left side. I don't think they're going to get 2. There'll be 1 play, and that's on the first base. It's Parker to Ruiz. 6-3 is the put out. They started the runner and Boughton in scoring position. Skylar Chang is the batter.
Some people might want to know, why wouldn't he have tried to go for the double play? And that's what we talked about earlier, Al. The angle he was at, it would have been extremely difficult to get the runner.
Got to throw
second.
Across your body.
That's exactly right. So he just took the safe one. You've got a 6-1 lead. You want to throw a ball away here.
Chang on a 1-for-2 night, the batter. Scores tonight in the West Coast League. In the bottom of the first inning, they're a little late getting underway, but Yakima Valley hasn't wasted any time. They're up on the Nanaimo 5-0. Kelowna 3, Victoria no score in the bottom of 4. Beld and Richfield are in the 5th inning in a pretty good pitching duel tonight. No score in that one. Chang hitting out of the 9 spot in the Edmonton order, and here comes the pitch to him. And Schuyler takes down and in. Chang hitting .222 going into tonight's play. Port Angeles 3, Wenatchee 1. That's the bottom of 4. Kamloops and Portland scoreless after 2. And Cowlitz leads the Walla Walla Sweets by a 2-1 score in the top half of the 6th inning. Kelly Stinnett, who managed the Riverhawks last year, is managing the Cowlitz Ball Club this season, so we'll see him a little bit later on in the season. A big 10-2 victory for the Hawks on Sunday afternoon in Nanaimo. I think they got more runs in one ball game than they got the rest of the road trip. There's a ball belted out into right field for a single. And we'll have men at first and third base. Jake Lanford put the red line on Noah Boughton. It's a good thing he did. Had he not, the base runner would have been dead on arrival at home plate.
Real good call by third base coach, manager of the team, Jake Lanferman. You don't want to send him when that right fielder is that close.
And again, it's the 7th inning. You're down 5 runs. You pretty much got to play base to base, station to station. No question about it. Baseball is a front runner's game. It's just a whole lot easier to manage when you're in the lead. Double play depth in the infield. There's a nice soft curveball thrown from an overhand delivery. Swing and a miss. The majors tonight. 2-1 Mariners lead the Nationals at Safeco Field midway through the 4th inning. It was a Giants victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. In Toronto today, 3-0 score. And the Cardinals down the Houston Astros 4-2 in National League play. Middle of 4, the Angels are up on the White Sox. This is a pretty good Angel ball club this season. 6 games better than 500 at 43-37. Pirates 9, the Padres 4, and that is the final score. Men at first and third, the pitch, and a line drive base hit just by Kodama. Diving to his glove-handed side to his left, couldn't get to it. And there's 3 hits in the inning, and the Hawks put a run on the board. Dan Calabrese with a run-scoring single. Tommy Takayoshi is the batter. Well, it's the 7th inning. Now you're coming through the meat part of your order. You know you've got good hitters. It's time to make a little hay while the sun shines. It's now a 4-run lead, 6-2 score. The Braves were winners today, 6-2 over the Minnesota Twins in Milwaukee. And the Guardians down the Royals by a 2-1 score. Another tough year in Kansas City. 22 victories against 57 losses. I think those guys won't be looking forward to the All-Star break in 3 games off.
You got that right.
Tommy with a 1-for-3 night with a run batted in. Switch hitter. And he's batting in there from the port side of the plate. And here comes the pitch to Takayoshi. He took a rip at a strike. He fouled it to the padding below the backstop. Philadelphia Phillies a 5-1 win. They're 4 games better than 500, so they're not a bad club. They down the Cubs today that are 3 games off 500 at 37-40. Ball game is played in Chicago. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Takayoshi with a defensive swing. He saw it might be a strike, and he fouls it away. He's got good bat control from either
really
side
does.
of the plate.
And there's a situation where he's been getting fastballs. They throw him at breaking ball off speed, and he's right on the ball. Calm in the box. It's nice to see a batter like this.
A left-hander up and throwing in the Bellingham bullpen as Takayoshi chases the pitch out of the strike zone. And he is erased, and there's 2 away. John McGill, the batter. Top hitter in the league. He's had a tough night tonight. He walked in the first inning, was called out in the third. And there, the side with a ground ball out his last time up. The A's are leading right now, 2-0 score on the Yankees in Oakland. That's in the 4th inning. Diamondbacks a 6-4 lead on Tampa Bay at the Bank One ballpark, and that's in the bottom half of 3. And the pitch, hard ground ball to the right side. Knocked down by Ruiz. He comes to the bag and makes the unassisted putout. Looked like it was going to be a promising inning. That inning was more fizz than no gin. It turns out to be just 1 run.
That's exactly right. And ball hit hard, but right at people.
1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 2 men left the board. And let's head to the 8th inning. A 6-2 Bellingham lead right here on Riverhawk TV. Riley the Parker, the Bellingham shortstop, leadoff batter. Here in the top of the 8th inning, K.J. Ward comes on the pitch. Second-year Riverhawk. Hard thrower, and he throws a strike down the middle. Go to 0-1. He was in the starting rotation. And they put him down in the relief pen to work on some things. Pretty good velocity in that pitch from this fireballer, 93 miles an hour. That one was notched up to 95, fouled to the backstop, strike 2.
Now we have an attendance figure for tonight. 2,700 is what's come from below. Well, I thought it looked a lot bigger now.
So did I, but that's what we'll go with. 2,700, pretty good Tuesday night house. And the pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. 78 miles an hour with the hook. Some 2+ 90-mile-an-hour fastballs along with a slow curve gets the job done. Hard early and soft late.
Just got an adjustment on that attendance figure, 3,725.
All right, that's a little more like it. 3,725. You know, the Riverhawks are outdrawing on a per-game basis a lot of Class A ball clubs and a lot of short season A teams. Not coming close to that.
They've done a wonderful job, and great promotions that the team is doing. A lot of people in Edmonton talking about this team.
Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour with a little bit of hard sink on that fastball. A.J. Ward goes to work on Cole Yashida. Ward with 4 starts, first relief appearance tonight. 13 innings, 15 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, 15 walks, 13 strikeouts, and an ERA of 9. So he's got some adjustments to make, and right now it looks like he's made some adjustments. It looks pretty good out there right now. 0-2 count with 1 away on the strikeout. Down and away pitch, he wasted one, go to 1-2. 3,725, the assembled multitude tonight here at beautiful Remax Field. And the pitch right down the dish. 78 miles an hour on the changeup. And you got 2 away. That's a fastball for a lot of pitchers. And it's a changeup.
Took speed off it, did a real nice job.
And Colton Bauer, the batter.
This is what pitching coach Ray Brown has been working with KJ Ward, is to get a little velocity off, get your control, hit the strike zone. Things will take care of itself.
And here comes the pitch. The batter shows the bunt and takes the strike. Bauer tonight with a run-scoring double. Lined a bullet to the right side of the infield for an out in the 6th inning. He was called out on strikes in the 4th.
Now that last pitch was timed at 96 miles an hour.
There he throws one on a bounce to the plate, 1-1. Riley Barrett, the starter tonight, 6 inning distance, 5 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. Tyler Jans with 1 inning of pitching, coughed up 1 earned run on 3 hits. The Bellingham club as a team are batting .315. When you hit as a team over 300 at any level of baseball, that's something. Ball's popped up, short right field, camped into this is Chang, and he's there to make the catch. P4 if you're scoring at home. And KJ gets himself a 3-up, 3-down inning. Smoke rings across. Head to the bottom of 8. Right here on Riverhawk TV.
Right, and he got a lot of velocity on that. If he doesn't throw it that way, he probably doesn't catch him. Very good play to attack the ball the way he did, get rid of the ball immediately.
And Will Gardner on a 0 for 3 night. 3 times he's hit the ball on the ground, once into a double play, once to second and once to first. Here comes the pitch to Will. And he'll take it down and away, go to 1 ball and no strikes. We'll have the broadcast for you tomorrow night on the worldwide internet. Right about 7:05, right after the anthems and right after the umpires meeting. Spinner, and it's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gardner. Isaac Yeager, Washington, or University of Washington, from right in the Emerald Cities out of Seattle. Sophomore player. You and I both knew one of the all-time great alumni out of the University of Washington. Great arm, but he was not a baseball player. And speak of Warren Moon, old number 1. What a great career. High fly ball, right center field. Dean West is over to make the catch. I think that's his first put out of the ball game. 0's over in the last half of the 8th inning. And the 9th coming your way in just a jiffy. Well, KJ Ward looked outstanding in the 8th inning. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. And he, for the most part, was pounding the pill. Low to mid-90 fastballs. Came back once to get a strikeout and a soft curveball. That one at 94 with some natural sink against the left-handed batter, Brady Reynolds. And the count is 0-1. Hopefully this is a good foreboding for the second half. They need KJ Ward throwing like he did last year. And the pitch out of a full windup. The ball is hit down into left field. Tom Poole comes over, puts leather on it, but he really can't squeeze. That's a tough chance. And that'll be a leadoff opposite field double for Brady Reynolds.
That was a very good hit, and Tom Poole again got a great jump on that ball, got over to it, couldn't quite get there. And again, a good job of batting. Ball over the outside of the plate, good speed. Got the bat head where it should be, put it out into left field.
And the 9-hole batter, Anthony Kobama, will be the batter. So that ends the string of putouts initiated by KJ Ward. That ball wasn't even squared. It was a flare to left field, but so what? It looked like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. And a leadoff double here in the top of the 9th inning. You know, I've been looking out of not this press box, but the one at the Old Park 2 now for 42 years. And when I look off to my south right, I can't remember a time when there wasn't buildings being built and such like. And there's a seeing eye single. Ball not hit hard, but Boughton was playing wide of the bag. He had no angle on it. So that's going to be an opposite field 2-base hit. Brady Reynolds comes in to score. Ball was fair. It was inside the chalk line by about 6 inches. And a pair of opposite field doubles and another run on the board.
And like you said with that last one, Al, it was not hit hard, but it was just inside the bag. And this game not being close, the third baseman is not protecting the line late in the game.
No, he's not. And as it was, you swing the bat, you never know what'll happen. That's a softly hit 2-base hit. Exactly. Double to left field. Nobody out and a run in to score. Lead is back to 5, 7-2 score. Ward kicks and deals, and the pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Dean West is the batter. Got a run scorer tonight. He's 0 for 4 with a run batted in. And the 0-1 delivery. Fastball from Ward, bringing around the 0-2. Ball club's going to be home for 13 days. They'll have 9 league games, 2 exhibition games, a couple of off days for the Riverhawks Kids Clinic. And with all the road work they've done early, I think this is something they certainly are looking forward to. Ball's popped up in the infield skin inside first base. And Osama there to make the catch, one away. And Max Hartman will be the batter.
Again, good communication with Osama and pitcher KJ Ward. He called him off right away. And the big thing with crowd noise like this, Al, you really have to holler lots of times to call people off.
You know, an interesting story about Hartman. I mean, he's having a pretty good year, playing at a very high level of baseball. Big left-handed batter, tips the Toledo's at 200 pounds. Attends a great baseball school, Washington State, sophomore. And he's an Edmonton guy. He's from St. Albert.
There you go. You know, you were talking about University of Washington earlier and about the people there. Their new coach there this past year, a fellow by the name of Jason Kelly, used to be their pitching coach. And he has produced a number of great pitchers out of there. And at one time, he was considered the best pitching coach in the Pac-12, if not in the nation. He's now the head coach in Washington.
All to the backstop. That'll bring the count around to 2-1. Scoring by inning, 1 unearned run in the first inning, 4 runs in the second, 2 earned, 2 unearned. An earned run in the 7th inning, scoreless in the 8th. A pair of back-to-back opposite field doubles cashes in a run here in the 9th. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball belt high on the inside half of the plate for a strike. Got to say that although a run is scored, they haven't really turned anything around on KJ Ward. Those are just a couple of opposite field doubles. One's a flare, one's a roller. They have not gotten around on him. And the 2-2 pitch. Well, Larry got around on it all right, but it's a lazy pop fly in a short right field. Drifting in, Will Gardner freezes his runner at second base, and there's 2 away.
And that was the breaking ball, and it was a good breaking ball. Got good dip on it. Forced the batter to pop it up.
And we'll go to Andrew Valdez, who swung as good a pole as anybody in the Bellingham order tonight. 2-for-4 with a couple of runs batted in. A run-scoring single in the first inning and a run-scoring single in the 7th. Valdez is the batter. They've announced Coleman Schmidt into the ball again. I didn't see the umpire indicate a pinch runner. Coleman Schmidt is number 33. And the pitch is a strike called. And it does appear to be 33.
That it is.
Coleman Schmidt. Here in the 9th inning. 1 ball, no strike. Big KJ Ward, 6'6", 240-pounder. Out of Houston, Texas, he throws a strike. That one was 94 on the gun. Dumped a lot of weight during the offseason, about 60 pounds, he told me, and that is dramatic weight loss. It don't matter which way you cut it. So Schmidt will start the bottom half of the 9th inning in left field.
That was a breaking ball, and it just missed. Fans thought it caught the corner. The umpire says no.
And here's the kick of the 2-2 delivery. Ball's on a bounce to the plate from KJ Ward. Looks like he might have come off the mound on his follow through, and he had caught a cleat on the mound. In fact, he's going to point over there. And I made a point of looking at it tonight, and there is a separation on the downward slope of the mound on the first base or the right side. That is a movable mound, although once the season starts, they don't move it. It's got a fabric top and it's got a steel rib kind of a thing to it.
But like you said, we've had it separate before, and a pitcher can get hurt if that is step in that. It cause some problems.
So they're going to try to make a quick adjustment on it. It's actually the second mound they had. Halfway through last year, they had to replace the mound. It generated all kinds of problems. You might want to maybe just build a shale and clay mound, and that's it. And anybody's playing slow pitch here or whatever, we'll just deal with it.
Could be.
All right, appears they've got that mended. 3-2 with 2 away. Holman Schmidt, the batter.
Again, we've talked about it before. Takayoshi did a great job out of that crouch and blocking that ball from getting away and allowing the runner to get to third base.
.7:05 tomorrow night, 7:05 on Thursday night here in the Bellingham series. And the pitch is ball 4. No doubt about it, it's up a little high, and Darrell Ruiz will be the batter. Riley Barrett, the starter tonight. He is the pitcher of record. 6-inning distance, 5 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. The strikeout and a hit batter. Taylor Jans worked the 7th inning, 1 earned run on 3 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. Ruiz, the 6th batter to the plate here in the top of 9. And the pitch. He belts that ball hard out on the right center field. That ball is not going to get caught. It's between Calabrese and Gardner. 1 run in to score. 2 runs will come in to score. And that'll be a 2-run double. He hit that one right on the button.
That was one pitch. Ward got it up in the zone. And like you say, you talk about hitting it on the button, right in the gap.
Right on the screws. And Riley Parker will be the batter. And that'll make it a 9-2 ball game. The man in scoring position and 2 away here in the top half of the 9th inning. Riley's gone 1 for 4 in the ball game. KJ Ward comes to him, and there's another ball fair at third base. Again, Boughton had no play on it, had no angle on it. That'll be a double with a run batted in. 3 hits to left field here in the inning. Now, 2 of them were opposite field shots. That one was pulled. And fair of the chalk by about 6 inches. And it's a lead of 8-10-2.
That's not too often you see 2 of those in 1 inning.
Cole Yashida is the batter. Lead of 8-10-2 score. 4 runs came in to score here in the 9th inning. Those last 2 with 2 away. And the Hawks will do something they don't want to do, heat up a new arm in the bullpen. We'll probably have a pitching change when we go to the last 9. Down on away pitch, 1 ball and no strikes. As Ray Brown, the pitching coach, makes his way out to the mound here to talk to KJ Ward.
Brendan Lepke, a right-hander, warming up in the bullpen for the Riverhawks. I expect Ray Brown's just trying to correct 1 or 2 things here and get Ward to relax. You got 2 out. And he's pitched pretty well, Al. He's had 2 hard hits on him.
Cole Yashida on a 1 for 4 night. Right-handed batter playing at third base this evening. KJ Ward's pitch took a little off the pitch, 78 miles an hour on a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. That was probably the gist of the meeting. Fresno Pacific University, Visalia, California ball player. I don't know if they do now. They had a team in the California League forever in Visalia. Check swing on the delivery, and then we go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Eighth batter up here in the inning for the Bellingham Bells. Throw back on to second base. The second baseman Chang comes over to take the throw from KJ Ward. And the 2-1 delivery's on a bounce to the plate, bringing around the ball, 3 strike 1.
And he overthrew that a little bit. He just, instead of just relaxing and going through with his motion, tried to overpower that ball, and that's when he really gets in trouble.
And here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's under the chin for ball 4. And the Bells will bat around here in the top of 9. Those scores that are final to report tonight from the West Coast League. Yakima leads Nanaimo 5-0. That's early in the ball game. Kelowna 3, Victoria no score in the 5th. Ridgefield and the Bend Elks scoreless through 5. Port Angeles lefties lead the Wenatchee Apple Sox 3-1 in the 6th. Springfield and Corvallis are tied at 1 through 4 innings tonight. And it's the Cowlitz Black Bears leading Walla Walla in the top of the 6th, 2-1. And a scoreless ball game tonight down in Portland. No score between the Northpaws from Kamloops and the Portland Pickles. Colton Bauer, the batter up there, right-handed hitting catcher. And a right-hander up and throwing in the Edmonton pen. Now that lead has been extended to 8. They may not go to a new pitcher out of the bullpen and just leave the previous pitcher in to try and get 3 outs, that being Isaac Yeager. But we'll see. And the pitch up too high for ball 3. Pretty easy travel day for the Bellingham Bells. They bust out of Bellingham into the Vancouver area and got an easy connector up to Edmonton. So compared to some of the torture tests in this league, that's a pretty easy day. And the 3-0 pitch. That's the 4-pitch walk. Bauer is aboard.
I believe we'll see a change here right away. Yeah, here it comes. Coach Jake Lanferman make the change.
Pitching change up and coming. Go nowhere. We'll be back with more in just a second. Incomplete totals for KJ Ward tonight. 1 2/3 innings. Run totals yet to be determined. 2 strikeouts. 3 base on balls. And he scattered 3 hits. Brendan Lepke come on in to pitch. Calgary ball player, 6'2", 205-pounder. Plays for the University of Calgary Dinosaurs in the Canadian Collegiate Baseball Conference. Threw his man a changeup, and out in front of it was Brady Reynolds. Ball wide of first. Lepke with 1 start, his 6th relief appearance tonight. 10 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. 10 walks, 12 strikeouts. No record. And Lepke with a 2.63 earned run average, and that should do it. Off the head of the bat, lazy pop fly into short left field. And Wheatley is camped under that, and that will do it. Brady Reynolds is erased. And 10 men to the plate, and 4 runs in a score. Bottom of 9 coming up in just a jiffy. New pitcher in the ball game for the Bellingham Bells, and he'll be the 5th pitcher on the night, and that is right-hander Ryan Orr. 5th relief appearance here tonight. 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 save, and a 4.76 earned run average. Ryan Orr on in relief of Isaac Yeager. Went a 2-inning distance tonight, 1 earned run on 3 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Noah Boughton will lead things off. And Ryan Orr with the first pitch strike, 0-1. Orr, 6 feet, 205 pounds, Washington State ball player, sophomore, out of Olympia, Washington, just down the road from Tacoma on Interstate 5. Fly ball easily catchable by Schmidt in left field, and there's 1 away. And Jack Wheatley is the batter. And the Bells are 2 outs away from running the table on the Riverhawks this season. If they're successful in doing so, their 1-loss record against Edmonton would be 4 victories against no losses. Well, there's 2 more games to go in this series. Here's the pitch, curveball strike. Right on the block on the inside half of the plate, 0-1 to Wheatley, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a run scored. Willie back on the infield on Jack Wheatley, and the pitch is a curveball strike, 0-2. Skylar Chang is the on-deck batter. Ball game right about the 2 1/2 hour minute mark here as we speak. Ball game got underway tonight just a tad early at 7 minutes. So make that 7:04 Mountain Time was the start time tonight. Strike on the inside corner. Wheatley is gone on the called third strike. And Skylar Chang will be the batter.
Excellent breaking ball by Ryan Orr, and that got a heck of a sharp cut on it right on the inside corner. Very good pitch.
Well, we will have, of course, our post-game show after the completion of the ball game tonight. We have requested Tommy Takayoshi to be our guest. Even if we don't win a ball game, as much as we can, like to bring a ball player up and get their perspective of things. So go nowhere. We'll have a brief interlude here to get all our homework done and the totals completed. And a down and away pitch brings it down to 2 balls and no strikes. Middle infield fully back and fanned apart. They're about midway at first and third. The outfield is straight away. And with 2 away, the count of 2 balls and 1 strike is Ryan Orr. Goes to work here with 2 away in the 9th inning. Pulled the string and a soft overhand curveball, strike 2. Or trying to save his 2nd ball game of the season. I beg your pardon, this is not a safe situation. That's what I'm thinking. Not even close. The winning pitcher should be Everett Swain, 2nd pitcher into the ball game, and that is a low pitch, ball 4. And if Swain does pick up the victory, he'd go to 1 win and no losses on the year. The starter did not get 5 innings in, and that was Dan Parrott. He must have been on a pitch count, but he pitched okay. 2-inning distance, scoreless baseball, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and a hit batter. Runner goes. Here comes the toss, and it is a way off line and out into center field. On his way towards third base. Now here's the throw, and it's not going to be in time. So a stolen base for Skylar Chang. He advances to third on the throwing error by the catcher Bauer. So that's the first error of the ball game for Bellingham. Now why you're stealing a bag with an 8-run deficit and 2 out in the 9th, I don't know. But they did. Dan Calabrese is the batter up. And the breaking pitch down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. There was a time that was a real no-no in baseball.
Well,
if you're way ahead or way behind, you don't do that. However, they did it. They're successful. And here's the kick and a 1-0 delivery. Breaking pitch strike down the middle. And we go to 1-1.
The thing teams didn't like about it, Al, a lot of it was you're just trying to build stats. And in this league, though, I think you find a lot of these, they're going to try things, no matter what the score.
Here's the ball. It's snubbed on the grass to the left of the mound. It could be a tough chance at first base. That'll be an infield hit and a run batted in. Skylar Chang comes in to score and an infield hit for Dan Calabrese. And he got himself an RBI.
Very good hustle by Skylar Chang on this. As soon as the ball's contacted, he's flying.
And Takayoshi will be the batter as the switch hitter nestles into the port side of the plate on the 1-for-4 night with a run batted in. Calabrese can pick it up pretty good. He's a center fielder, so you know he can fly. And had that throw been right on the money, I'm not sure it would have been in time. They're not going to hold him on. The first baseman Ruiz is way back. Calabrese will take the 90 feet. You can either give him a bag or call it fielder's indifference. I'm not sure. For the benefit of them, we'll call it a stolen base. Ball 1, no strike here to Takayoshi. And Ryan Orr throws a strike. Riverhawks baseball brought to you by Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House on 50th Street in Leduc. If you're coming from Edmonton, it's the first overpass into Leduc on your right-handed side. Well worth the drive. Don't forget our Seafood Fridays with all those great tasting food items from the Neptune, including the seafood chowder every Friday with a steaming hot piece of bread. Great steaks, prime rib, pizzas, Italian dishes. Pizza for eat in or take out. Take your pick. Closed Sundays and Mondays. Open at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House in Leduc. Takayoshi with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. As the Riverhawks have pushed across their third run of the ball game. Runner breaks for third. Takayoshi pulls the trigger on the pitch. Hits a hard ground ball to the right-handed side. Beautiful fielding play by Kadama, and from his knees he throws a one-hop strike to the back. Great hustle.
That was great hustle, and to come off the belly like that, make that throw, just an excellent play.
1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base, and this one will go into the books as a 10-3 victory for the Bellingham Bells. Go nowhere. Our post-game show will be coming your way momentarily. Outgoes back here at Remax Field. The final totals in the ball game tonight. The lid lifter of a 3-game set with the Bellingham Bells. 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 8 left on for Edmonton. And it was a 10-run, 10-hit attack, 1 late error, and 5 left aboard for the Bells, who've now won 6 straight ball games. Edmonton falls to 5-17. The Bells, again, have won 6 consecutive games, 16 victories against 3 losses. It was a 2-hour and 35-minute ball game, 3,725 in the ballpark here tonight. John, I think in this game you never look past the next game, which is tomorrow night. But in the back of these kids' heads, they got to be looking to the second half.
They did it again. You'd think I'd dealt with one of these before, Al. They have to be looking forward to the second half, but they also have to be finding something in the first half to build on. And to be honest, there wasn't much here tonight. They got 4 or 5 good innings of pitching after a difficult start. The difficult start was made worse by a couple of errors in the first and second inning. They were down 5-0 against the best team in the league. Really difficult to come back from that.
Well, what you can't do when you are playing a team of this caliber, there's 16 wins and 3 losses. They're that record for a reason. You can't give them back-to-back 4-out innings.
No, and then you can't turn around when you do get a chance to handle them. That's almost it. To come back with them, they aren't going to give you a thing. The good defensive plays, and there were quite a few in this game, as there always seem to be in this league, but most of the really good defensive plays were made very quietly and almost professionally by the Bellingham Bells.
All right, Riley Barrett, the starter and the losing pitcher, 6-inning distance, 5 runs, 2 earned, 4 hits, 1 strikeout. Did not walk a batter to his credit. The second of 5 pitchers on the night, Everett Swain, the winner. Goes to 1-0, a 3-inning distance, 1 earned run on 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 2 base on balls. Now the club's going to be home for 13 days, 9 league games, a couple of exhibition games, a couple of workout days. And this club has been a road warrior club, if you could put it that way. A 9-game road trip to get it going. They played 7 games in 6 days out in Vancouver Island. So they've only got 2 6-game road trips left, and hopefully home cooking will bring on some W's.
If they get the good weather that they've deserved, that we all deserve after this spring, many good things can happen. Once again, Alan, I don't like to keep beating the same drum, but the best thing about the quality of the entertainment is the fans at this point. The baseball's entertaining. The quality will improve based on the fact that the Bellingham Bulls are very good, and we know that this team, the home team, has got to come back from where it is. But every night you look down at the crowd, the fans are having a great time, and then in the last inning, down by 8 runs, the fans cheered a player for getting a walk, stealing second base, and a little bit later scoring the 3rd run of the game. I haven't seen that in any sports event in my life.
Well, your point is well taken. 3,725 here tonight. And the baseball world watches things. I can guarantee you there's teams in the Northwest League and OB, organized baseball, and they're seeing what Edmonton is drawing in this league. And they are out. They won't catch a short season club cumulatively because they play more home games. But on a per night basis, Edmonton is outdrawing a lot of A clubs.
We know this, Al. We've seen it. This is a good baseball town. We also know that this is a good baseball operation, and we haven't always had that at the developmental level in this community. I think that the picture is bright. It'll be brighter with a couple of wins. It'll be better when some of the veteran players settle in and some of the rookies get comfortable. But there's something to look forward to, because very soon the first half gets written off, and that'll be a chance for all the tail end clubs, all the trailing clubs, to start over again and start even with a shot at making the playoffs.
Well, Jake Lamferman, the field manager, was telling me how snake-bit they've been. In a ball game in Victoria, of course, they got swept over there. They stranded 21 runners. That's almost impossible to do. 21 runners.
It tells you how much potential there is here. We've seen that happen on good clubs before in Edmonton and elsewhere. When you don't hit, you don't score. When you don't field, you don't win. And this is a team that hasn't hit as well as it can, certainly hasn't played defense as well as it's expected to play, and that's been the result of several of the games that we've seen so far this year.
I think in the second half, if they're going to win some ball games, they're going to have to do it with a bat, and that's all there is to it. And they've got some of the people who can do it. Calabresi came into the game just a tad under 300, batting .299. Takahashi hitting .349. Johnny McGill, a league leading hitter, who was the player of the week last week, UBC guy, batting .483. Now that's unheard of, with a .534 slugging percentage and a .551 on-base percentage. Tom Poole hitting .361, and Boughton, the first and third baseman, the pair where you want to put him, he is batting .353. Now you got to be able to score some runs with numbers like that.
There. Just the timing doesn't seem to be, because again tonight they had, after they were down and at 5-1 against, or 5-0 against a very good team, you start to think, well, they won't do much, they won't get any runs. But they started consistently to get runners on the base. They'd get a walk, they'd get a hit, they'd do some things, and the rally, before it got to be any size to speak of, would fall apart. That's what happens when a team's not going very well.
As we all know, baseball is a front-runner's game. It's a whole lot easier to play and manage when you're ahead and when you're behind, and when you get way behind. Now, they did take a couple of bags there in the ninth inning, but you almost can't do that. Oh. It's station to station when you're down that many runs.
Well, again, the first run was scored on a bad defensive play, a bunt, and the ball was thrown away. Second, another bad defensive play in the outfield. The next thing you know, you're down 5-0. There's not much there.
All right, let's bring in the pride and joy from Tacoma, Washington. Tommy Takayoshi joins us tonight. He got a run-scoring single. Now, that's a town I know very well. I went in that place 24 seasons. And I see that you go to Fresno State. You still play out of Biden Field?
Oh, yes, sir. No, thank you for having me up here.
I'll give you something, but I got nothing to give you. Biden Field, we played there in the Pacific Coast League for a couple of years. Fresno State over the years. I remember seeing Danny Gladden and Eddie Zosky was a real good player. And, of course, the guy that managed to hit a couple of big fly balls last year with the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. He's a Fresno State guy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. No, Fresno State produced a lot of good talent, and no, it was great to play this year.
The question that I've got for you is, how do you arrive in this league? The league's been new to us in the Edmonton area. You coming from your neighborhood, have probably known about it for a long time. How did they find you?
So actually I played in Port Angeles for the Lefties in 2019 and then COVID and then 2021. So I've been in this league this is my third year now, and I actually grew up with like our shortstop Kelly Coral, and he put me in contact with Jake, and then also a guy from around here that saw me play back in high school is a guy named Ora Franchuk. He put me in contact with Jake, so it was just a mix of those two, and couldn't be more happier to be here.
Now they had you behind the plate tonight. You frame the ball real well. You got a nice, natural, deep knee bend. You give the pitcher a low target.
Yes, sir. No, it's something I take a lot of pride in my defense, and yeah.
The question for me always is, when you say you've been in Colville, you obviously grew up in a major league community. What's it like to come to Edmonton and you don't know anything about us and see the game played here? How do you feel about the response to your team in this town?
No, it's awesome. I love the atmosphere. I love the city. It's great. It's probably the best backdrop in the West Coast League. We got the bridge right over the batter's eye, so I couldn't be more happier.
Now, all those big league hitters that we were AAA hitters when we had them went on to play in the big leagues. What they loved about here, you can have the lights on, but you don't really need them with that early in the season. Don't get dark till 11 o'clock at night. And the hitters will always tell you, you see the ball better in the day than you do under the lights.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know what my numbers are in day games, but it definitely feels like I'm.
I think we've only played but one.
Yeah. No, it's been great. I love this field. It's great. It's good to see the ball. Yeah.
It's great to see you work as hard as you do too. I've never seen a catcher that didn't work hard, but I watch you stealing bases, and you're a catcher. That's illegal.
Yeah. I know catchers aren't really known for their speed, but we have a couple guys actually at Fresno State that run pretty well, like Tyler Davis with Victoria. He's swiping bags left and right. It's something I know it's rare to see, but we like to run well.
Now, your other catcher, one of your other catchers, we see them a couple of games, Libet, and I'll tell you what, he's got a hose.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He's a young kid. I was in his shoes in 2019. Being a high school senior. And an incoming freshman playing in this league, and I can tell you it's tough. Going from seeing high school pitching every day to seeing like college arms. I definitely feel for him. Trying to be someone he can look up to. Being an older guy. So yeah, he's got a really bright future, to say the least.
Well, we're a few days away from the second half, so I think you were kind of a snake-bitten ball club. Jake was telling me we were playing a game the other day. You stranded 21 base runners. That's impossible to do.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it isn't.
Yeah. It's been tough. So far in the first half, we haven't really put everything together. Like one day our pitching does great. Another day our hitters do great. Another day our defense does great. There's only been a handful of games where it's kind of all pieced together. Like that last game in Nanaimo. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but we put up 14 runs and only let in 2, and I believe both of them were unearned. So.
Johnny McGill is on fire.
Yes, sir, he is. He's seeing it really well. I know he's a better person than he's a player, believe it or not. He's a great guy. He's a really mature hitter, especially for how young he is. I think he's like a year or 2 younger.
Oh
than
me.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, congratulations. Got a great year going. We surely do appreciate you coming up here tonight.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
All righty.
Yep,
keep it up.
All
right, go hit the chow line. All right, John, your final thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, it's interesting that they call him TNT. I hadn't heard that till tonight. And the next time we get him up here, we're going to ask him where that came from. The other thing I want to ask him, and we'll check soon, we've only got 2 or 3 days to do it. What about the confidence level of this team, knowing that they have to start to rebuild immediately for the last half, which is about to start?
Well, if you're Jake Lamperman, one of the things you got to do is, as you approach the second half, and I've seen bad teams struggling and whatnot, the manager just tries to keep them loose. And not all managers can do that, trust me.
We'll find out how they respond. We do know that they get a chance to start over, and not everybody in any sport or any block of existence can say that. They get a start with a clean slate.
Well, they're in first place.
They'll be in first place.
So is everybody else, though. Okay, John, good job. Thank you very much. That'll just about do it tonight. Tommy Takayoshi, our guest. Outstanding young ball player, a heck of a good young guy. Again, 10, 1, and 5, the totals. For the Bells, 3, 8, 2, and 8. For the Hawks, and we shall return with baseball tomorrow night right after the national anthems, right about 7:05 Mountain Time. We surely do appreciate your time and attention on this matter, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night from right here at Remax Field in Edmonton.
That was my dad. He said he's old school. But he said, like, well, he saved, I would say 3 pass balls today.